Alright, we're back. We got another video. Well, it's two of us now. It used to just be me. We got a Matt Walsh video. I haven't watched this. He suggested that we watch it. He's talking to some tranny. I don't really know what they're talking about. Do you know?
Yeah, I guess I guess Matt Walsh is at an event. I guess he's speaking. I don't know if it's a college or whatever, but he's speaking to these people. This clip is going viral. I saw some people react to it on YouTube. I thought, we should react to it too. I don't know what YAF is.
Young Americans Foundation.
There you go. So I guess that's the event, and he's speaking, and I guess the trans situation is going to be brought up since he's very outspoken against it.
Tasty Chinese.
Yeah. And yeah, this is surprising to me. Some trans people actually came up to debate him on the things he says and what they believe, and we're gonna see how it went.
Okay, let's get into it.
Hi, Matt. I'm transgender. I'm born and raised here in New Mexico. I have a graduate degree in information technology, marketing, business, and finance.
That's a crazy mole.
I own my own home. I pay taxes. I have a six-figure job. I'm a respected professional.
Traumatizing mole. Make you go trans.
I'm a mother.
Mother?
My life experience is that I'm an awesome person. I am well-liked. I'm responsible. And I think I'm pretty cool. You touched on something. You said something earlier that for you, when somebody calls you a man, it doesn't faze you because, you just know that you're a man. That was interesting to me because I feel the same way about my identity as a woman. My question leading up to this, you asserted that no one would ever see me as a woman, that nobody would ever see...
Two questions. Does someone calling you a man affect you?
Me?
Yeah.
No.
Do you see her as a woman?
There are moments where I do and moments where I don't. I don't just consistently see her as a man the entire time. But there are moments when I do and there are moments when I don't.
Well, I'm looking at it, I'm like, I'm not sure what that is.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
It is, it is kind of like the uncanny valley effect, but not just for humanity, but specifically for gender, where I don't like the face and like the presentation is it's kind of no, not face.
So
it's kind of woman-like, but
yeah.
You can just
so this is the thing, right?
You can just see the big square man head.
Yeah, this is the thing. I guess if I had to pick, I'd probably pick a man. But I think without them talking and without this being the context, I would just be confused. I'd just stay away. You know what I'm saying? If I had any kind of interest, I'd be like, yeah, I'm gonna stay away from this one. It's a toss up. But I'd probably lean towards man. So that's probably what's keeping me away.
Yeah, I don't know. I just see this person as being in the middle.
Is that chest is doing something? I don't know what it's doing. I don't know. The hair looks fake. And obviously, man looking face, but it's clean shaven. I mean, damn, shaven. I don't know. Is it naturally like that? I can't tell if it's a 5 o'clock shadow. I don't know, man. It's just.
I mean, yeah. shout out to them, I guess. I mean,
wait, men can have beards. I mean, women can have beards.
It's not very often.
Women can have penises.
No.
Women have penises.
No.
Let's keep going.
See or could see a transgender person as a woman, and yet I have dozens of friends from diverse backgrounds. Women from the reservation, a woman from Japan, several immigrant women. I have my coworker, I have my boss, my VP, my CEO, all respecting me.
The person on the left can't keep the camera straight.
My family, my long-term friends who are actually here with me. All of these people assure me, I'm a woman, they'll tell me, girl, like, there is no way you are a man. They see me as a woman.
Why?
So the question.
Right.
How?
For the question, why did you sigh?
Well, how verbose she is, she really might be a woman. Like, damn, like, get to the point. Just talking and talking and talking. And my VP and the president of my company and my friends and my family. And all saying that I'm a woman.
Well, I think
they also saying and the woman from Japan and the woman from the reservation. Shut up. Get to the point, man.
I think you're doing that because she wants to. I mean, I think a lot of people believe that trans people can't function in society and they're all weirdos and like freaks that don't do anything and they're only a part of the Antifa and shit. She's trying to establish I'm just a normal person.
I understand. She already told us at the beginning. I got a 6-figure job. I'm a mom. I'm a professional. We get it. You be going outside. We get it. And it's just meandering, this long drawn. Like, damn, nigga.
Well, I mean, I think you have to do that. Maybe you have to do it for Matt Walsh, since Matt Walsh thinks they're all freaks. So he's like, well, I'm just a normal, cool person. That's what she's trying to establish.
Maybe. If that's what you're saying, I'll let her have it. But I was like, gosh, man, get to the point already.
Go ahead, keep going.
Can you assert that nobody would ever see me as a woman when my material experience tells me you're wrong?
I already got the answer for him.
Go ahead.
They're all just pretending. Now, I don't think they're all just pretending, but you would have to be raised by wolves and then brought into regular society to look at this person and be like, just a woman. Like, you would have to have no conceptualization of gender roles and societal pressures and all that for you to just look at this person and go, oh, no, that's just a woman. Just like any other person who fits into the category of woman. There's always that part of you in the back of your mind that will always go, yeah, but no matter how trans inclusive you are, there's a part of you that goes, yeah, sure, but come on.
I guess a better way of saying what you're saying is that, like, there's just differences between men and women. So, at some point in your life, those differences will either creep up in other people's minds or just enact themselves in real life.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying, like...
Well, you're saying it's always in the back of their mind. But the thing in the back of their mind is that like, even if they don't think, like, well, I think the easiest thing is like, well, you're just a trans woman. You're not a real woman. But it doesn't even have to come in that way. It could come in other ways. Like, is it going to be safe for us to use the bathroom with our trans friend?
No.
I wonder if there's going to be anybody that disagrees with this. It's like, you're already playing into the idea that, well, if you wouldn't think about that going in with just a regular woman.
Yeah. You wouldn't go, like, they don't just walk into the bathroom like, yeah, I'm just walking in with all the girls and nobody's going to have a problem with the girls walking into the bathroom.
It's not even her mind. In her friend's mind, they're not just thinking that.
Yeah, they're going to be thinking, well, somebody says something to Carol, we're going to stand up for it. You wouldn't have to think about that if it was...
She does look like a Carol.
If it was Sherry. If it was Sherry, it was like, I would just go to the bathroom. When it's Carol, it's like, we have to be strong for Carol. Come on, let's be real.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't know.
Okay. It's interesting that that's the part of my talk you chose to ask a question about, because that's not in my talk at all. I don't believe I said that no one would ever see you as a woman. I mean, it's possible, I suppose, that you could fool someone. Now, you brought this up, so I have to tell you that
strong language.
You brought this up. You've put your identity on the table for conversation, and so I'm going to say you wouldn't fool me at all. I mean, I see millions and 100%, and I think that most people would. Now, the fact that you have people in your life who are saying to you, "Oh, you're totally a woman," it's exactly what I'm talking about. No one in my life has ever once said to me, "You're totally a man, Matt." You know, if a friend of mine called me on the phone and said, "Listen, Matt, I want you to know, you're really a man," I would think that there was something wrong with him. I would say, "Why are you saying that at all? It doesn't make any sense." So the fact that this is a conversation to begin with tells me it only proves the point that I'm trying to make, that your identity, even in your own mind, is something that you need to be assured of. Now, what I would like to ask you again, because you're standing here, and so you've brought your identity on the table for discussion. So How do you know that you're a woman?
If
Before she answers, I just want to give her a little credit. Because this wouldn't be easy to do.
It's only not easy to do for a crazy person.
No. It's difficult to... When somebody has an established audience, they're bigger than you, it's difficult to disagree with them on anything. Especially when there are other people watching. I've had that experience. It's not the easiest thing in the world to do.
Well, let me, you know... This is why I say it's only for a crazy person. If someone came... If I'm on that... If I said, oh, I'm black, he says, well, how do you know you're black? I wouldn't be kerfuffled. I wouldn't have any, like, even if I didn't know what to say, I wouldn't be stressed out or confused. Maybe I'd laugh. I could play along into the joke, but it's only someone that isn't actually black that's saying they're black. You'll see the same reaction that she's giving, where they look crazy.
I'm hearing you. I think the difference is that this person and the vast majority of the people in the audience are all saying that you're white. And the vast majority of people in the world are all saying that you're white. And now you're coming up and you're going, actually, no, I am black. And now he's asking you to justify something that you feel is true about yourself.
I guess this is why it's good not to be crazy.
Yeah.
but I can't even imagine it.
All I'm saying is...
Everyone's telling me I'm white?
It doesn't even have to be crazy. Like, if you're a communist talking to a room full of capitalists, that would be difficult to
I think, no, I guess...
Or a capitalist talking to a room full of communists.
No, because I guess the point I'm making is that, with the capitalists and communists, it's like their beliefs are tied to their identity. That's what I mean when I say they're crazy. When your belief is so heavily tied to your identity where you can't even discuss it, I think you've gone too far.
No, I didn't say that she can't discuss. Clearly she is. I'm just saying that it's not an easy thing to do what she's doing.
It should be easy to just discuss ideas. That's what I'm saying. But her ideas are tied to her identity. And honestly, I wouldn't even...
That's kind of fair.
Yeah, and I wouldn't even be that... I wouldn't even consider it hard to discuss things tied to your identity. It shouldn't be that big a deal either. Even if I say, oh, I'm a Democrat, like, I shouldn't be mad if someone says, man, Democrats are stupid. People make fun of Christianity all the time. If I say I'm a Christian and people start making fun of it, do you see me getting incensed?
Trying to like, if you were in a room full of atheists and
I'd be battling.
And it was fucking, was his name Christopher Hitchens or whatever? he was in there arguing with you, like telling you to justify why God is real. I'm not saying that it would be impossible to do. I'm saying that would be a difficult thing to do.
No, you know why it's not difficult? It's because I think about these things. And why it's scary is that it seems like they don't think about these things. If someone asks me just why God is real, maybe they might not like the answer. Maybe I'm open. My ideas aren't tied to my body. If niggas were, it's tough, but like, imagine niggas disproved God tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
What would you do?
Like, disproved God. I don't see how that would even be possible.
They proved that we were in a simulation. What would you do?
So we're not real? None of us are real?
Yeah.
So who's experiencing the simulation?
Huh?
Who's experiencing the simulation?
That's our. Wouldn't that be our God?
I guess. I don't.
Well, they did it. What would you do?
Is it somebody with a helmet on and I'm just like a philosophical zombie, or is it that there's a scientist who just created?
It could be either or. But let's say you're the philosophical zombie one is easier. You're just an NPC. You're not even real.
Kill myself? I don't kill myself? Like, yeah. I'm not even the main character of my life. I'm literally an NPC in somebody else's life. It's not like, okay, well everybody's their own main character. No, I'm not a main character of anything. I am somebody else's NPC. I'll just kill myself, I guess. I don't know.
Well, as long as I'm not suffering, I don't think I'll kill myself. But yeah, I think that's like, that's maybe that's what they're going through. Like, their identity is so tied to this shit that it's like, if I can't be what I want to be, I'm gonna kill myself.
Well, I mean, it's not just. I mean, that's the problem with identity. It's not just what you say; it's how other people treat you. So it's not just if I can't be what I want to be. Because if you just said, "Hey, I'm a man," or "I'm a woman," and that was it, that would be one thing. But it's the need for other people to validate the fact that you feel that way.
Well, to bring it closer to this, what if people start saying, "Nah, you're a woman"?
To me?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I've thought about that before. I just feel like I wouldn't care. But maybe it's just because I'm hyper aware of all of this gender ideology. But like if gender ideology wasn't like a real thing that people had to contend with, I don't know if I would care or not. But I think right now, if everybody just in the world just started calling me a woman, I don't think I would really care. Because like, what difference would it make in my life? Like niggas aren't gonna rape me. I'm over 6 feet tall. Like, come on, bro. You're not, like, you know what I mean? So it's like, what difference would it make? Like, niggas try to speak over me. I mean, this is what women say happens to them. Niggas try to speak over me. It's like, nah, I got bass in my voice. Like, that's not gonna happen. Like, I just wouldn't care. Okay, I gotta go into the women's bathroom. Oh no, what am I gonna die? Like, but I don't know, cause I don't have that. I don't have gender dysphoria, so I just can't relate.
Yeah, it'd be tough. But hey, let's see what her answer is.
It was first when I heard transgender persons describe their experience in their own words, and this was only about 2 years ago. Hearing somebody describe things, it was a woman from like England, describing her experience, her childhood, her teenage years, and it blew my mind to be listening to her, because it was just some podcast that I was listening to while I was doing laundry. But it blew my mind
to just be a regular person.
To hear somebody so eloquently and precisely describe things that I had experiences.
What did they say?
Okay. So I am honestly hesitant. I know that you touched earlier about the differences.
How did I know that was gonna happen?
What, that you would filibuster?
Let's be real. She's never gonna tell us what that person said.
She might.
She's never gonna tell us.
She might.
They don't want to describe what it is that makes them feel like they're a woman, because it's all nonsense, honestly. It's just like, even when it comes out of your mouth, when you try to explain it to people that don't experience what you're experiencing, it just sounds stupid.
Yeah.
So, an example, trying to explain. I can't even. It's almost like trying to explain a dream. At some point, or you're trying to explain a funny joke that you barely remember.
Mm-hmm.
It just eventually just starts to die off, and you're just like, damn, I kind of sound dumb.
It's like, honestly, and this is the thing, it's like, gender ideology is a religion. It's like trying to explain a religious belief. It's like you're talking to a Muslim, you're like, oh really? Yeah, he died and then he rode off.
Okay,
he rode off to the sun.
I didn't want to use religion, but yeah.
In a flaming chariot.
Yeah.
And you're talking to a Christian. I'm a Christian. But you're talking to a Christian, you're like, really? They killed him, and then 3 days later he just rose from the dead and he moved the boulder out of the way.
Yeah,
and just
yeah.
Like, it's just like, okay, so when you were younger, you just wanted to wear dresses, and so that means you gotta cut your dick off. Like, what are you talking about? Like, what does it mean to be a woman? Well, you wanna kiss boys? What about gay niggas that wanna kiss boys? Well, I mean, you just kind of okay.
You just kind of.
It's literally like just an unfalsifiable belief. It's totally just a feeling. It's just like insanity.
So he had 3 bread and 5. He had 3 pieces of bread and 5 fish, and he fed
thousands of people.
It was a miracle.
And remember, I believe in God. I'm a Christian. I'm just saying, like, it's just like that. It's just like that. But the difference is, you don't have to believe. I'm not gonna.
There you go.
Fine you. You're not gonna get fired from your job. You're not gonna get a stern talking to if you say I don't believe. Not from me. Maybe from some other people. But it's certainly not in law. They're certainly not pushing it as company-wide policy or anything like that. The difference is, this person comes to me and says, you have to call me she. Huh? But your jawline is strong. You gotta. That's the problem. Now I gotta believe in your religion. Wait. So you're telling me that he flew off in a flying chariot that was on fire? And I have to say that? You have to say that. Well, now we're at war.
Gender women might have in describing their identity, but I want to state, I honestly don't feel that you would engage in this conversation in good faith.
But why are you
And
here?
so-
Why are you saying if you don't want to have a conversation? You're saying that you discovered that you're a woman. I'm asking you how you did. That's a very fair question.
Okay.
How do you know that you're a woman?
Killing him.
She still won't answer.
Alright. So first of all, listening to transgender people, and it was like, okay, this is a one-off, one person describing these things. Things like looking at yourself in the mirror and not recognizing yourself. Hearing compliments like, you are such an example, like a positive masculine role model. And just hearing that and being like, it feels like they're talking about somebody else. It means
These are things that only a crazy person would say.
Keep playing it, man.
I look in the mirror and I don't see me. We gotta get you to a psychologist. I'll keep on playing it though.
feeling alone, even when you're surrounded by guys, even when you have a lot of friends. And I was active in like Boy Scouts. I'm an Eagle Scout. I had great masculine role models my whole life, and yet I never felt like I belonged. I felt welcome. And
Well, why does that make you a woman?
Because
As opposed to just a man who doesn't get along with some other man.
Pause it real
Or a
quick.
man who's depressed.
And that's why I said she'll never answer. She's just saying why she didn't. She's not even answered. Like, why are you a woman though? And to answer that question, she has to accurately describe what a woman is. And they refuse to do that.
You know what's crazy is that even in this explanation, like I guarantee you, this person believes in non-binary people. Why couldn't she just be non-binary? Because she's just saying
She's not. That's what I'm saying. She's never gonna answer why she's a woman.
Yeah, all she's saying is, well, I didn't feel like a man. And even that is like, there's some niggas that don't like hanging out with other niggas. Don't know what to tell you. Like, there are a lot of gay niggas that hang out with bitches. She's not saying why she feels like a woman. She's just saying why she doesn't feel like a man. And even that, she's barely even saying that. Why can't she be non-binary? She probably believes in stuff like that. There's just
Two-spirit.
She's just crazy. That's it. And it's sad.
Queer.
Queer.
That's a category. I still don't know what it is, but
I think it's just the umbrella term for anybody who's a weirdo.
yeah.
But a weirdo outside of being straight. So, like, you might think it's weird for a nigga to get pegged,
Hey, yo.
but they wouldn't call that queer.
I guess not. I would. Oh shit.
Depressed, or a man who doesn't feel at home totally in his body, which, by the way, is a pretty universal human experience. Everybody goes through it at one time or another. So in what way does that make you a woman, though? It's interesting. You're telling me that you listen to the experience of other transgender people.
well, yeah.
But what about women?
So
Trans women are women, you would say, right?
I would say that. Yeah.
Exactly the same?
Yes.
Okay, well then why do you need to hear the testimony of
You said, well.
quote-unquote trans women? Like, how you pick any actual woman in this room. In what way do you know that you belong in the same category as them?
I know because they tell me. So here was the
You need them to tell you what you are?
women. Yes. I trust the opinions of the women around
And
me.
if most
it's
women-
incredible. You might try it sometime.
If most women voted and said they don't see you as a woman, would you say I'm not a woman anymore?
If who?
If most women voted and said they don't see you as a woman anymore, would you then relent and say I'm not a woman?
I would say most people on the planet have no idea who I am.
What the
I'm gonna
fuck?
trust the opinions of the people who've spent their lives with me.
What?
But you are relying on other people to tell you who you are, is what we're establishing.
For context, I know you like to think. I know you like to say. Everybody's rah-rahing and supporting transgender people, and yet they're still killing themselves, etc. But I'm standing here in a room full of people applauding you and asking questions like, how can I put out legislation here in New Mexico, my home state I grew up in, to try to reverse transgenderism? I'm not safe.
What the fuck is she talking
You
about?
said you're standing in a room with people who disagree with you, and you're perfectly fine. So how are you not safe? Okay, look, we're going round and round. You don't want to answer any of the questions. Maybe we'll end with this because we're talking about womanhood. So people can probably shout out the question I'm going to ask you right now.
Okay.
But you know that you're a woman.
Yes.
What is that?
So gender is a social thing. It only
I don't
makes
want to hear
sense.
that. What is a woman? What is a woman?
What is a woman?
The word woman. Define
Just
a
one
dictionary.
answer,
Go.
man.
A woman is somebody who is included and respected and seen and participates in society, recognized by other women. If you speak with women,
Circular definition.
that's mine. Whatever.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
It was tough, man.
It was almost done. It's done?
Yeah, it's not. That was tough, man. That was tough, man.
What do you think the answer she should give is
For what?
if she wants to make her side strong? Help the trans people, please. I'm tired of seeing this.
This is the problem.
Can we get to the next step of the debate?
This is the problem, right? They've created a category because sex and gender, for the most part, always been the same thing. But they've created the category of gender, which they are saying is distinct from sex. Sex is your biology. Gender is your expression that is loosely tied to biology and is socially constructed, right? So, women wear dresses. There's nothing inherent in the chromosomes that makes it so that women wear dresses, but women wear dresses. That's based on society. So if you like to wear dresses, then you're a woman. Problem is, by creating this category of gender, really, they've separated the behavior from the sex. From the biology. But the problem is, there's no behavior that perfectly matches onto the biology 100% of the time. If you suck dick, you're a woman. What about gay niggas? Okay, if you eat pussy, you're a man. What about lesbian bitches? Okay, if you wear dresses, you're a woman. What about drag niggas? Drag niggas, they don't go, I'm a woman. They say, I just do drag. It's not really an identity. It's an activity that they participate in. Alright, so that doesn't count. They're still men even though they wear dresses. So really, when they say gender, they just exploded the category into infinity. Where gender, if you want to, it could just be personality. Oh, this guy, he does everything that this guy does, but he likes football and the other guy doesn't, so he's more of a man. It doesn't make any sense. That's just Ted. Ted and Jim like all the same shit, except Ted likes football. So, there is no answer to be given. There isn't. All they can say is, the only thing that trans people can do, and trans activists can do, is try to make the conversation as muddy and distorted as possible, and then go, so I'm a woman at the end. Just real quick at the end. So they go, well, what is a man? What is the social role of a man? What does it mean to be a man? What does it mean to be a woman? All these things are kind of in flux. There are no rigid categories for anything. You could be this, or you could do that, and you're still a man, and this person's still a woman, and this and that, and generally women do these kinds of things. So really, there is no such thing as man or woman, but I'm a woman. No?
No.
Now listen, what I would say is, if you want to beat trans people, you just have to stick to sex.
No. You gotta wait for my question. I said make a case for her side. Because let me just explain. Mm-hmm. We always get to this point. They refuse to answer what a woman is. The circular definition that he usually talks about is a person that identifies as a woman. Mm-hmm. Identifies as what?
Okay. So here's what a trans person would have to do. They would have to rely on the fact that the vast majority of people believe in gender roles. If you don't, then the entire conversation is destroyed. There actually is no such thing as a man or a woman, and what this person is proclaiming to be is totally garbage, and you can't defend it. You would have to rely on the fact that people believe in gender roles. Like Matt Walsh would probably say, a man does, so if he's having a conversation with a trans activist, he'll be, a man is an adult, human, male.
Can I speed it up? Because I know what you're saying. Okay. Because this is my answer. Mm-hmm. You have to come to the terms with biological sex. If they don't, no, wait, let me just. If they don't come to, because when they say a person that identifies as a woman, they have to add a person that identifies as a biological woman, and then that automatically assumes the biological woman's assume gender roles.
No, it has nothing to do with biology at all. The conservative would make a biological argument. What the trans person would have to do is recognize and take advantage of the fact that people believe in gender roles. So if you ask Matt Walsh, what does a man do? He'd be like, he's strong, takes care of his family, da da da. Beautiful. Using that, they would go, okay, even though I was born in the body of a woman, these are the types of attributes that I have, so I am a man, right?
That's what I just said. I said, you have to say, when you make the circular definition, someone that identifies as a woman, you say biological woman, and the saying biological woman assumes the gender roles. You said a man does this, that, and the third. Mm-hmm. That's assumed when you say biological man. They have to accept the fact that there's a difference between you and the biological. But they don't want to do that.
Well, yeah, because they're not saying that they're a biological man. Well, I mean, I guess, but what they're saying is the gender roles aren't tied to the biology.
Then what is a woman?
It's somebody who embodies those gender roles.
Yeah, I mean, the easier definition, to stop them from even talking is to say, I identify with the gender roles of a biological man.
But the gender roles have nothing to do with biology. It's a social thing.
I guess.
They're highly correlated, but they don't.
But that's like everyone like most people that are just heterosexual, and believe in the gender they were born as, just be like, yeah, there's kind of gender roles for men and women.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then if you're a trans person, all you're doing is adopting the gender roles of the opposite sex.
Sure.
Not the opposite gender, the opposite sex.
But they're not talking about sex, they're talking about gender.
But you're adopting the gender roles of the opposite sex. Not the opposite gender, the opposite sex. Since gender is so muddy now.
But they're saying, but because gender and sex are two distinct categories as far as they're concerned.
Exactly, so muddy now. That's why you have to say the sex.
But this is the thing. They're not adopting the gender roles of the opposite sex. They're adopting the gender roles of women.
Which is
what? Oh, people who embody these gender roles?
No. Wait, so that's your argument for her? That's what she should use? People that embody those gender roles. Who normally embodies those gender roles? Biological woman.
No, just women.
Huh?
The woman gender.
So, okay, I'll help you. So, basically you're saying now because transgender women also embody those roles, now you can just say women.
No, these are the roles that women embody, and because transgender women embody them, they're women.
Yeah, we kind of said the same thing, but you just kind of flipped it. I was saying that because transgender women embody the roles, now they're also included under women, because it's just all about the whether you embody the gender roles. But the gender roles came from biological women. But that you can make the case. I don't know where they would go if they say, well, the biological woman started it.
I'm trying to help them, man. I'm trying to help them, but
they just don't want to accept it. I don't know why they want to accept it. That you're just copying women. You're just copying biological women. You're just copying them.
I'm trying to help them, man, but it's all.
But see, but then like.
You flew up in a chariot into the sky and it was on fire.
Hold on. But like the biological woman, I mean the transgender woman, I mean a lot of people in the LGBTQ would also say that you don't have to do any of those things and be.
That's why, because even when I'm making the argument, I'm like,
that's always in the back of my mind.
Yeah, it's like, but do women have to? And that's why oh, I hate this feel so much. Jordan Peterson, he's a prophet. He's a modern day prophet. He came and he tried to warn us. And many of us heard him, but, a lot of people are like, oh, he's a transphobe, oh, he's a misogynist. But he always said, it's these postmodern neo-Marxists. And that's what it always comes down to. People who just want to disintegrate anything that has a box, anything that has a label, they just want to get rid of it and just make everything into nothing. except for, of course, the oppressed and the oppressors, or the rich and the poor. Those categories can remain, but everything else has to be just destroyed and disintegrated. So it's like, how could you be born a nigga and say I'm a girl, but then also support people who wear dresses but still say they're a nigga, or say that they're neither a man or a woman? It just doesn't. These things, they can't coincide. They can't, but it doesn't matter because nothing matters. We'll just destroy all. Everything is just whatever. No words don't have any meaning or definition anymore. I'll just say it. But even though they don't have any meaning or definition, you have to call me by the right words, otherwise I'll kill myself. It's just like the whole shit is just. It's just a wasteland of
Honestly,
nonsense.
what you're saying is honestly, the better even conversation is like, so you don't believe in any kind of labels or like, I think you'd have to start there with these people. It's like, do you not believe in any kind of labels or definitions or terms, or do you think we just throw them all out? Because if we can't even come to the, if we can't even, agree on what a woman is, then it's like, this conversation is really not going to go anywhere. Because I guarantee this person just thinks, if this person can think that gender doesn't matter, and you don't have to actually do any that, she could have a mustache and still be a woman, then it's like, she doesn't have to wear a dress, doesn't have to have a high voice, none of that, and still be a woman. I guarantee, I know she thinks that. I know she has to think that. Then it's like, then what are you really doing?
Nothing. It's just mental illness. It's just mental illness. Same way atheists will look at me and be like, no, he's just crazy. Believing in a sky daddy. This is just mental illness. It's just a crazy person. I'm sorry. But, again, I don't make nobody do nothing. You know what I'm saying? I don't call nobody a bigot because they say, in fact, niggas be slandering my shit. I go, well, you got the First Amendment. These people, they're looking to pass laws. You can't misgender me. Otherwise, I'll kill myself, so I'll kill you first. Huh? But anyway, that was your daily dose of insanity. provided to all of us by Matt Walsh. And I feel I'm bombing on this person, but it's not really about this person. It's about what they believe in and how incoherent and ridiculous it is. But again, I'll give them props for even coming up to have a conversation. They were unable to do it in a meaningful way, but I still give them props for at least trying to.
I don't give them props because they're crazy.
Crazy people can get props.
Not for me.
What about Kanye?
Huh?
What about Kanye?
I don't think he's crazy.
Never said nothing crazy?
He might have said something crazy. I don't think he's crazy, though.
That's fair. Well, that's it for the video. Like, comment, subscribe. We're going to come back to you with some more. Peace out.